The weight is 56,000 pounds. And why do you need to know that? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Load that.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, so we are up on the dry dock, and this is what we're looking at. We're going to take some measurements on these props from here to here, make sure that they're all the same. We've already looked at the bearings, and you can see right there, right there, it's a little bit missing. It's damaged inside there. Bearing packing is damaged, so there's bearings up there, bearing here, 2 on the other side. We're gonna go ahead and change all 4 of those. There's also another bearing all the way up in here. This is where it goes into the transmission. But if we're not removing this second part of the shaft, there's 2 parts. This part and this part. If you're not removing this part, then there's no need to take out those bearings. We're in the master bedroom. When we bought the boat, the inspector found a leaking fitting here. This is the exhaust. It goes from the engine room in through the cabinetry in the bedroom and out the back. And this right here had a blister on the other side. You can't see it from this side. It had a blister on it and it was leaking water. So what I did was I got this fire tape, I wrapped it around and I put 4 clamps on it, and that has held it for a while, and it's been completely dry down there. Water goes through the exhaust. That's part of the cooling system. So this can't leak, because if this leaks, we are basically in the closet right now, and that's in the closet floor. So if that leaks, we got problems. So while we have the boat out of the water, we're gonna go ahead and change that, because when it's in the water, the exhaust sits below the water line. So if I were to take that off, the water would just start gushing inside the boat, and we obviously don't want that. So now that the boat's out of the water, we're on dry dock, then I will go ahead and cut this off. I'll remove the clamps, remove the fire tape. I'll cut the whole thing straight across, remove it, and then take it over to a hose shop and get a new hose and put it on. So while all that's being done, Ben's over here looking at the bottom, and he's pretty much sanded all this down, as you can see. And you can see right down here to the fiberglass, and then down here where maybe there were some repairs and whatnot. But this is all going to be sand down, primed, and a new layer of bottom paint on here. We're not going to do the whole boat because it's in pretty decent shape, and we do live in the water We do live on the water, yeah. We live on the river, which is brackish water, so we don't get a lot of mollusks. We really don't get anything on there except some algae along the edge, but which is not a big deal. So he's just gonna do some touch up for us, and let's see when we get further along.
Yeah. Yeah.
Top side is done.
What?
Bottom work done.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's it going down there?
Yeah. What?
All right, so we're getting back down here. Here's Ben. He's been working on the bottom of the boat. You saw this from the previous video. So tell me exactly what you did.
Okay, so as of right now, I'm putting a two-part primer. As you can see, it's the gray here.
Yeah.
And this is the black. This is the anti-fouling. So what that does is prevents osmosis. So what happens is the water molecules get into the fiberglass. And it puts like a shield kind of, a barrier, you know, little thing. And then the next step after this dries is I'm putting an anti-fouling, and that prevents barnacles and such like that from attaching.
Very good. Gonna look brand new. All right, so I removed all the clamps. I cut this off, literally. I cut it, and I got it off. The problem is there's no space in between these two tubes for me to put a new one on. That means I gotta go in the engine room and move one of these. Or I gotta go back there and move one. I don't know.